Thank you, sir. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters. Before I begin, I'd like to ask, besides the obvious, could somebody please tell me what this item is? Can somebody tell me what it is?
It's a phaser.
A phaser! Would you please show me which of these knobs sets it to stun?
I believe it's this one that you were just touching. Am I correct?
I don't know.
And then this is the one that, you want to set the power,
I knew it! You're one of them.
Guilty.
Nerds! Geeks! Dweebs! Freaks! Spaz! Dorks! These are just a few of the names that were used to describe those sort of kids, those socially impaired kids who we all avoided in high school. You know them. They, however, paled in comparison to those known as trekies. Not to be confused with trekkers, trekies. Trekies know every line to every word of dialogue, to every episode of every incarnation of Star Trek. Some even speak fluent Klingon. They show up at all the comic book and sci-fi conventions dressed as Mr. Spock or a Klingon. In high school, I took every precaution to assure that I was not branded a nerd or a geek or a Trekkie. This, however, was a difficult thing to do, being that my best friend Swoo was one of them. Let's beam back to the late 70s, early 80s. You know, in those campy TV sitcoms and all the movies, means you're going into a dream sequence. Enter FASM, the Fairfax Association of Space Modelers. How did I get roped into this? I hate comics. I don't build models. Oh, okay, so I did have a model of the Enterprise at one time. I couldn't put it together. We gummed it up. I don't know what happened to it, but that does not make me a Trekkie. What happens when teenage Trekkies... Let me back up a bit. This is the time before anybody had camcorders, cell phones, PCs, or the internet. What happens when a teenage Trekkie gets his hands on a state-of-the-art Canon Super 8mm movie camera with sound capability? What happens? Those Trekkies, sooner or later, are going to want to make their own episode of Star Trek. FASM Pictures presents a Stan Wu production of Ronald Lindstrom film, The Quadroplastine Incident, also known as Yorktown in Temporary Command. Executive producer, Stan Wu. Written by Stan Wu. Directed by Ronald Lindstrom. I don't know how Ron got directing credit for this. This was Swoo's baby. Besides, Ron's character, the captain, gets killed off before the opening credits. Anyways, presented in glorious piano sound in select theaters. Okay, so I'm embellishing just a little bit. By the way, did I mention, starring Stan Wu as Commander Jeffrey Pond, Commander Pro Tem in charge of the starship Yorktown. Also starring Roger Whiter as his trusty first mate. I cannot tell you what quadroplastine is. I don't know. I don't dare ask. But I can assure you that whatever it is, the Federation has outlawed it. Anyone who gets their hands on quadroplastine is up to no good. This can cause intergalactic chaos. It's not only illegal, it's very unsafe, and it's also stupid. I have a word of caution for any of you. Anybody trying to make sense out of this synopsis, which I am about to describe to you, will be branded a Trekkie for life. After the tragic death of the captain, portrayed by Paul Abramson, inexperienced Jeffrey Pond and his trusty first mate, whose name escapes me, we'll just call him Roger for now, beamed down to an intergalactic satellite way station somewhere in the boondocks of any universe to investigate reports of illegal quadroplastine. Their search leads them to a secret military hideaway, a secret military base that bore a striking resemblance to the exterior of Fairfax High School for some reason. If you are trying to get into a military base, what is the first thing you would do? Anybody?
You need an ID card.
No. No. You subdue the sentry. Singular. Sentry. Singular. I don't care how heavily armed this person is. I don't care. There's only one way to subdue this person.
Vulcan neck pinch? Right.
You got it! Yes! One touch of the Vulcan neck pinch, and that guy is down. Our heroes make their way inside the base. Inside a secret laboratory, a scientist confirms their suspicions. Somebody has got a hold of quadroplastine and is up to no good. Could it be the military commander who they interviewed upon arrival? What does he know of the captain's untimely demise? Suddenly, the Yorktown, they receive a distress signal from the Yorktown. The ship is under attack. Something is happening. What should we do? Quick, we need somebody. We need to get somebody to play the chief mechanical engineer. Who should we get?
I know Randy so well. Do I know Randy? Yes, I do.
My mom had made me a Star Trek uniform so I could be Mr. Spock for Halloween one time. That doesn't make me a Trekkie. No, that doesn't make me a Trekkie. Although she did get the insignia in just the right place, and it was really cool. Well, let me tell you, Ron and Swoo had built a soundstage in a back room of the hobby shop owned by Ron's grandmother. This was actually a house converted into a store on Melrose Avenue, somewhere near Larchmont. It was Ron's job to run the store, so we didn't have any possibilities of being bothered by any annoying customers, if there were ever going to be some. I got to give them credit. They did do some pretty interesting special effects for what they had on no budget sci-fi film. Anyways, I can't remember my lines. I probably was running low on dilithium crystals. We were under attack, and all looked bleak for all those on board the starship Yorktown.